Hi, it's Ileana, and I was asked, what does it mean to be hit by death magic? And it literally means to be hit with the most darkest magic that exists out there that can be created by dark magic practitioners, by entities, by demonic beings, by dark extraterrestrials that are negative. Dark magic combined with death magic and cursing can happen all at once. If an object or something else or even a person has been programmed to put that out there, it can all hit you all at once. And death magic is literally ritualistic dark magic. Sometimes it involves blood sacrifice in it. It can involve symbols. It can involve anything that creates a nasty, dark spell programming that literally attacks you and tries to make you sick, tries to hurt you, tries to kill you. And a person said, how can all of that at once hit you? Because that's what the programming was. That was the design program, to hit someone in order to try to infiltrate their soul, infest them with entities, go after their organs, their body, their soul, to kill them, and infuse them with dark energy to make them sick. That is what death magic it's what it literally means. And I was hit with death magic, dark magic, voodoo, cursing, and entity attachment, all at the same time when I had called a potential client. And this client knew that they already had entity attachment issues and dark energies in their house and on them. And apparently, their partner had brought in a little box from work, and it literally turned out to be Pandora's box, and the partner had said that they threw it out several years ago, but they never did. So it was still in their house. And when I had called, literally triggered the death magic programming in that little box. It's Pandora's box. Even though the lid had been open and closed years ago, unfortunately the bad death magic spells and the negative energy and the cursing was still inside that box, affecting the potential client. And it hit me. The death magic, the cursing, the voodoo, the dark magic, the entities, they all hit me all at once. So it is possible to come at you all at once. And how did I know that it was coming at me? Because I can sense all of it attacking me all at once. And I was battling with banishing spells and revocation spells, and also clearing energy spells to prevent all of that from going into my own body and harming me and infiltrating me with entities. Because I don't want to be infested with anything. So that's what was happening, literally all at once. I was fighting for my life, honestly, when this was happening. I was fighting to protect myself. I'm a white light Wiccan magic practitioner. I'm a trained Native American shaman. I'm a Reiki healer. I'm an energy healer. I'm a crystal healer. I'm a trained psychic. I'm an empath. I'm an intuitive. I have everything in my toolkit to protect myself against this stuff, but when it's all coming at once at you, you're just trying to defend yourself and keep yourself alive from it. And that's what I was doing, literally. So it wouldn't infest me and kill me. All of that stuff that I was doing, white light magic, invocations, revocations, banishments. That's what I was doing, using certain words of power that I know of to protect myself so I wouldn't get killed or infested. And I was asked, why didn't I help the client? Because I was fighting for my own life. And I told the client, I'm sorry, that's a lot of things to unravel. First, you have to unravel the death magic, the dark magic, the voodoo and the cursing. Then you remove the entity attachment, which you need to know proper protocols to do this. And that wouldn't be enough in 1 hour of energy healing. 1 hour of the energy healing wouldn't be enough to do that. So I explained everything to the client and that they needed to throw out that box, which their partner did. So everything that I could do, I did for myself. And my throat still hurts because I was being energetically choked. And, that's energy attack. So I cleared that out, and I'm still clearing that and protecting myself. I got energy wounded during this whole experience. And I'm healing myself energetically to remove that side effect of the physical pain in my throat, because that's where I was attacked. So I just wanted to bring more clarity to what happened and to basically explain a little bit in more detail what I was doing to defend myself. I had been asked another question in regards to what had happened with me protecting myself against the death magic, the dark spells, what was connected to, there was some ritual sacrifice connected to that box, because it's a little Pandora's box that had been opened, and something had been done in the death magic connected with blood pathing, and that's powerful dark magic, as well as cursing and voodoo and entity attachment. So there's some dark energies and dark power behind that death magic and those death spells in that little box. So what did I do to protect myself against all of those energies when I was hit with it? With all of that at once, and it was all at once. I was using words of power that I had been taught as a white light Wiccan practitioner. So I've been taught banishing spells, revocation spells, unraveling spells, how to unravel dark magic energies, how to banish, counteract and banish death spells, death magic, cursing, voodoo, and all of that. There's special words and intonation and energetic frequencies that you create to counteract all of those things. You just have to know the words of how to craft that kind of spell on the go. And it's a white light spell that you craft to counteract the darkness, the dark magic, the death magic. So, and psychically, I had seen what was attacking me, because I'm a psychic, and I was just counteracting as fast as I could, creating revocation, banishing, cutting the cords that bind. I was using different words, intoning different intentions for each of the things that was attacking me to protect myself against it. And so nothing could infiltrate my soul or my body or my auric field or energy fields. So the goal of what I was doing is counter protection, counterbalancing the darkness, to ward it off and to banish it, completely remove it from my existence so it can't hurt me in any way. It still energetically impacted me. It's like having an energy burn on the left side of your throat, which for me that's the feminine side. The left side is the feminine side, so it attacked my feminine energy. And for me, that's a weak point. I am more balanced in my masculine energy than feminine energy. So there was some weakness in my feminine aspects. And it went after the left side and went after my throat. So it's like an energetic psychic burn that was left. That's all it was able to do. It wasn't able to infest me with entities. I don't believe that I can be possessed by anything demonic. I don't have any entity attachments. I don't believe that that can happen to me because I work on my self-healing and my self-care so that doesn't happen to me. I can sense if anything is coming after me physically, psychically, energetically, or if something is attacking me. I can sense the frequencies of any type of dark magic, death magic, cursing, and I can create countermeasures to block all of that and to remove it, to dissipate it and remove it from myself so it doesn't come at me and destroy me from within the physical body and the energetic body. So that's what I was doing as protocols to protect myself. Those things have already been in the client for a while, so they do need to be, the death magic needs to be banished. The dark magic, the cursing, and the voodoo, that needs to be revoked and also banished. Any energetic weak points where that all entered in, that needs to be cleared and healed, and all the energetic back doors need to be closed. Then the entity attachment removal needs to be done. And also healed, any wounds from it healed and closed. So this is what I was sensing what needed to be done for the client. And this takes time. I'm not going to be doing entity attachment removal anymore. I'm confident in myself that I'm a good practitioner who can do that, but what I was hit with and what came at me brought me to the realization that I need to be more careful with the type of energy healing that I do for a while. And entity attachment removal is not going to be it for a while. I will concentrate on doing energy healing for healing physical things in the body, organs, physical pain, energy blockages, soul traumas, emotional things. This is the type of healing I normally do. And sometimes I do implant removals. That's going to be on case-by-case basis, depending what's going on. But I can protect myself well from entities, entity attachment. I've never had anything this bad come at me where it was woven in with death magic and cursing. It's like an atomic bomb exploding at you, literally. That's how it feels, because death magic is designed to kill you or to make you so sick you never get up again. And same with cursing. Cursing is designed to take you over completely and make your life as miserable as possible. It's all inverted dark spells, dark magic, taken to its highest, nastiest aspects of dark frequencies. And this is not shadow work. Shadow work is looking within yourself and working on all your shadow stuff. Literally going in what's not going right in your life, looking at why, and dealing with the layers of negative energies that were created with frustration, pain, anger, whatever is stored in the shadow spectrum within the soul. Usually that's called shadow work, going within to clean up the shadow aspects, to be in a better frequency polarity of positive energies, to uplift your health, energetic and physical health. That's what going within to do the shadow work is. That's not creating black magic or even doing entity attachment removal per se. Sometimes negative thought forms can create thought entities within the person. That's not demonic. That's not other extraterrestrials that are negative interfering with you. That's not even dark practitioners interfering with you. It's your own negative thought patterns that create these festering thought forms that are energy entities that make you sick, but it's created from your energy, which layers negatively. And that can happen to some people if they concentrate constantly on negative things and existing in negative polarity and cannot balance their emotions. When emotions are imbalanced, and they can become chaotic, and that's when it can create these thought form entities, which are parasitic attachments within the energy field in the physical body that also need to be cleared and banished. And also cutting all the cords that bind between the originators of the dark magic, or the death magic, the cursing, the voodoo, or whoever sent the entities, or the AI signal, or whatever, frequency weapons. You have to find the originator of all of that, who's targeting you, and to clear all those energies and frequency fields. Cut the cords that bind with them, so you're not connected on their frequency from their energy to yours and back. It's like a biofield. So you have to, that's what I mean by cut the energetic cords and revoke all of that. Remove permissions, remove negativities, cut the cords that bind between the originator that sends you all of this stuff and yourself. You have to cut the cords energetically. And those are their own protocols. So for every type of protection that you do, you create protocols. And I also balance my energy fields, my auric field, my chakras, my energy shields. I constantly modulate the frequencies so they don't stay the same, to be protected, so nothing can infiltrate my soul. That's an added layer of protection. And I've heard from some practitioners that the protocols they create is where they no longer have any fear of darkness and of the shadow gimmicks of these attacks. They have overcome the fear. But I think if somebody experiences some fear around these things, like practitioners can experience fear, it's to tell you fear is a mechanism. It's a mechanism letting you know that certain boundaries of what you can do and what you can't are being crossed. Sometimes there's magic way beyond you that you cannot handle of removing your banishing, that's beyond your level of energetic frequency to remove. Sometimes that can happen. It's above your pay grade, literally. You might know how to remove those things. You might have practiced it. You're trained in magic, but it's a higher level of magic than what you physically and energetically can handle. And when you say, I have no fear, all my protocols are perfect, nothing will ever touch me, that creates becoming a little bit too overconfident in yourself. Because if something above you comes at you and you're overconfident, what are you going to do then? You must be able on the spot to create something to protect yourself and banish something. If you constantly use the same protocol, that might not be applicable if something comes at you that's above your pay grade, way above. So you must be able to be flexible in changing your protocols and improving them. The banishing, the revocation protocols, the white light, Wiccan magic spells that you use, and I use spells, I call those words of power. I craft them on the spot. I just create something that is needed to counter whatever's coming at me for my protection. There's a lot to do with this client to clear all that stuff that I was just discussing. So I'm not able to take that on to myself to do that work right now. I'm not in a place to do it. So I'm being honest about that. This is intense. This is intense work. And being honest with yourself and saying, okay, this happened to me. This is happening to the client. I've cleared myself. I've protected myself against it, but it's too much. I can't take that on. I can't overburn myself or burn myself out. And I feel that would happen if I took all of that on to banish it, revoke it, and clear it and remove it completely. I did it for myself, and it took an hour and a half to do that because I have the knowledge of how to do it. And it even attacked me. I could protect myself, but it burned me energetically. And so if you ever have this happen to you and you feel energetic pain residually, for me it was in the throat. So I've been using celestite, turquoise, aquamarine, and chrysocolla crystals. The palm stones that are smooth. I've been using those to heal my throat. And I say, I clear all this negative energy. I clear this energetic wound from my throat. And I put the crystal over it. And I hold the crystal in my dominant hand, which for me, it's the hand that I write with. Hold it in my right hand, and I put it on my throat, literally, where this energetic burn is. And I put my left hand over my right hand, and I say my healing spell, my clearing spell, my Reiki spell, whatever you want to call it. You can call it Reiki, you could call it white light magic. I just create my own little mantra saying, I clear all of the darkness, all the negative energies from the previous attack, and this cannot hurt me, this cannot wound me, this cannot touch me, and I clear all of that, and I heal and close the energetic wound so nothing can come in and attack me. I protect myself. I'm a sovereign, powerful being with my free will, and I don't give permission for anything to enter within my soul body, my energy body, and my physical body. And I list everything that I want to keep out, like everything. From top priority to the lowest, I list all of it. And I energetically sweep that away. Even if it's not in this energy wound, I sweep it away, I clear it, so there's no weakness for anything to come in where that energetic wounding was created. And I close it up, and I repeat it as much as I need to. If the physical pain comes back in the throat, I repeat this over again, and I use a different crystal the next time for the healing. That's the energy healing that I do to clean this energetic wound up, seal it, close it, so I don't have physical pain. And in terms of the words of power, what you can create, it really, for me, it did require learning magic. White light Wiccan magic, psychic development, crystal healing, to create these words of power. I didn't know them from the beginning. Before I started to do the work, I trained to be able to protect myself. So it's not that I learned this in innate learning. It came with studying with highly gifted teachers who knew what they were doing to teach me this protection. To be able to weave energy, to be able to create words that literally protect your soul and your physical body, and to infuse the energy frequencies that I weave with my words of power. And what I also did after that, I took a bell. I have a bell, which when I ring it, I cleanse my whole body with it. Healing frequency. then I had my mom light a white candle and walk 3 times around me. Then, and that's to clear any negative energies within the person from the soul and the physical body. And then I made some holy water and I had my face cleansed 3 times with it. Then put the water, threw the water outside the door and closed it. So those are some things you could do on the spot for healing and protection against dark magic or energy draining vampires. There's a lot of different things that can attack us, energetically or physically or both. So whoever said it's impossible for everything at once to hit you, it can, and it can happen, and it's happened to me for the first time. And I wasn't really prepared for it. I thought I was just calling to book an appointment to do an entity attachment removal, but I had a feeling that something was wrong. I had a gut intuitive feeling already. And when that nuclear bomb went off, atomic bomb of death magic and all that came with it, I knew I had to protect myself. I just knew, start the protocols, start moving everything, start doing the banishing, the revocation, the cutting of the cords, sweeping of the dark energies, just modulate it all and do it all at once. I was multitasking because I was literally protecting myself from almost 5 things all at once. And it can go after you this way if it's programmed to do it. If somebody programs something, an object or another person, that can happen, and it did. It happened to me, and I'm still getting over it. Honestly, it happened so fast, I had no fear. I had some concern. I didn't have much fear around it. It's like, protect yourself, do the work to make sure none of this touches me physically or energetically, gets in, literally. That was the processes of what I was doing. Protect myself and do the work so that I stay clean and pure and not be infiltrated. Because this stuff was next level. This is all stuff I've been taught to protect myself against, but I've never dealt with this before. Not to this level of darkness and malevolence. But I am trained and prepared to protect myself against anything that comes my way, to dissipate it and remove it. That's what magic practitioners do. That's what shamanic practitioners also do. That's what healers do. And I'm glad that I learned all these different ways of healing to protect myself. But I just knew that this was above my pay grade to clear from the client based on what was coming to me from the attacks. And I was honest. I said, I'm sorry, I can't clear this. And as long as you're honest and humble and clear about what happens, most people understand. Because this client has been going through this for several years. So, in finding the source of the problem, that's the little box that was brought to their home. So that's the source. The source is out of the house. Hopefully that helps a little to get the negative energies dissipating from the house, and that they can find a good practitioner to clear all the rest of it from their soul, their energy body, and their physical body. Because I believe that person, what they say was attacking them, it was much more than just entity attachment that was targeting and attacking them. So they're telling the truth, but it's much more than what they even thought. Much more than they thought. And I did tell them all about it. I explained to them what's going on and what needs to be done by a good practitioner to remove all of that stuff. So I just wanted to discuss that in more clarity and speak about it a little bit more in detail. So thank you so much, and namaste.